Alright, so this video is going to be a little bit different, but I went on a 2-week hiatus, and I didn't upload anything to the channel, as you can tell, but during those weeks, I still was recording fights, and I had the intention of making a video, but I had issues with my screen recording on my iPad, so a lot of those fights just got corrupted. A lot of them I just didn't think were interesting, and I just have some leftover footage, and I just didn't know what to do with it. So this video is really just a compilation of like some various fights that I thought were, you know, relatively interesting, or at least fun enough to watch to warrant putting in a video. And so the tagline of this video is probably going to be something Aquaman related, because it's a running joke between me and my friends. Because when I played Injustice 1 Mobile, there was a glitch that let you collect rewards from multiplayer infinitely, and the character that I did that to was Aquaman, and what do you call it? And when I started playing Injustice 2 Mobile a lot more, the character that helped me progress most in the game was Aquaman, because everybody kind of upgrades King first. So it's just kind of a running joke that Aquaman's always the backbone of my team. And speaking of Injustice 1 Mobile, if you guys noticed, the name of the channel is EdgyIH, Injustice 2 Mobile at the current time, but I think I'm going to change that eventually. Because when I made this channel, it was like literally only ever supposed to be an Injustice 2 Mobile channel. But then I was like, yeah, but I love DC Comics as a whole, and I don't want to just restrict myself to one niche. So I think eventually I am going to do more DC-related content. So, you know, it's a schematic thing. I don't even know if I'm using that word right. But essentially what I'm saying is, if I were to make a, you know, Injustice 2 Mobile channel, right? And then I started talking about history, that probably wouldn't, like, mesh too well, because who is watching Injustice 2 Mobile that's also interested in history? Maybe a few of you nerds, but most of you not so much. But then I thought to myself, okay, but Injustice 2 Mobile is really a sub-niche. So what is Injustice 2 Mobile a sub-niche of? Gaming and DC Comics. So I think eventually I am going to branch out to a little bit more gaming, but the thing I'm really going to branch out to eventually is just DC Comics content. So in the future, I think I will have some, like, movie reviews, some show reviews, some comic reviews. I'll play a couple more DC games, probably Lego Batman when it gets released. I'll probably do a couple video essays about things I love about comics, things I dislike about comics. I just am a really big DC fan. Unfortunately, I'm not a Marvel fan. For any of you Marvel fanboys out there, it's just not my thing. I've always just gravitated towards the DC characters more. I found them more interesting. But one of the games I'm never going to play on this channel is Injustice 1 Mobile. And the reason for that is because it's just a hacker infestation. It's bad. So back in the day, I used to have an Injustice 2 Mobile account, Injustice 1 Mobile account, excuse me. And I used to play it a lot, but basically the save file that had my account on it for some reason just got corrupted, so I started a new account. But with the new account, the problem I ran into is everything was just, like, I ran into hackers every single time. And it's really noticeable with online. The multiplayer, like, game mode in Injustice 1 Mobile is a nightmare. It's terrible. Because on the leaderboard, you have hackers. On the ladders that you fight, you have hackers. Hackers are just everywhere in Injustice 1 Mobile. And the problem is, in Injustice 2, you know that you have 2 arena seasons every week. And that's something they changed, because initially it was 1 arena season every week, but, like, who's really going to do that? So they changed it. But in Injustice 1, it's still 1 multiplayer season every single week. And there's like 48 rewards that the game cycles through. Which means if you miss out on a powerful artifact, or I think the game classifies it as gear or equipment, to get a chance of getting that reward again, you have to wait an entire year. And the problem is, like, it's a power scaling thing. At some point, it just became, if you have this artifact in Injustice 1 Mobile, you were going to win the game. If you didn't have it, good luck trying to climb Arena. It's literally just, do you have these artifacts? If yes, you'll probably win. If not, you're just going to be bullied by everyone who does. So that was my biggest problem. I just kept running into people who kept on using the Tontu Totem and the Astro Harness and the Master's Death Cart. Like, that setup is like one of the most annoying things in Injustice 1 Mobile. But the other thing with Injustice 1 Mobile, and the reason why I don't think the game's got too many years left in the tank, is not only is there a hacker infestation in the online mode, there's also a hacker infestation in the economy of the game. So, for example, Injustice 2 Mobile, everybody's kind of commented on it, but we all know that this game has a very predatory monetization system. There's a very big emphasis on gambling. But the fact of the matter is, these gamble bundles make NetherRealm money. And that's the reason Injustice 2 is still afloat. Because as scummy as the gambling bundles are, the objective fact of the matter is they still bring in revenue. And I'm assuming that the revenue is enough for the game for Injustice 2 developers to warrant continuing to update the game and add new characters. Injustice 1 Mobile, on the other hand, suffers from having really bad in-game, like, monetary deals. It's like $20 for a pack, and you get like the weakest version of a certain character, and you can't even upgrade them after that. Like, it's a really bad deal. So what happens is people go to black markets or online YouTubers who like run these online markets, and I'm not naming names, and I don't want to start any kind of conflict. But when you can pay like $100 to get a maxed out version of a character versus $20 to get one copy of a character, and you can't even upgrade it any further, of course you're going to go to the black markets. That's just a fact of life. But the problem is, because there are so many black markets in the Injustice 1 mobile economy, they all take revenue away from the game itself, essentially. Because when you pay $100 to get like an Elite 7 level 50 character on your account, you're paying the person running the like market, but you're bypassing NetherRealm. So yes, you are getting a better deal, but you are taking revenue away from the like game developers. And if a developer or any company sees that one of their assets isn't making money, they're not going to put effort in to try and keep that asset alive, realistically. They'll try to maybe squeeze out a couple more dollars, but if it's just not a viable method of making money for the company, they're not going to bother with it. And when Injustice 2 Mobile, yes, has a bunch of like predatory gambling monetization mechanics, but you really can't hack the game. Injustice 1 Mobile is incredibly easy to hack, especially if you're on an Android account. So, because it's so easy to hack, it's very easy to bypass the in-game monetization. And if you bypass the in-game monetization, then the company doesn't get money. And if the company doesn't get money, they're not going to put effort into updating the game. And so I don't know how many people realize this or even hold this opinion, and I don't even know if it's true. But, in my opinion, the black markets of Injustice 1, and the fact that it is so easy to hack is kind of killing the game. And it's killing the game because it's taking revenue away from it. And due to the lack of revenue, there's a lack of interest in updating the game. Therefore, the hacking economy around Injustice 1 is the reason that the game has kind of been abandoned. And I think Injustice 1's got a couple more years in it. So I don't know how many people know this, but there was another NetherRealm game. It was called WWE Immortals. And that game was on life support, and then it got shut down. And I don't think that Injustice 1 Mobile has that many years left in the tank. I'm not gonna lie. I think as soon as the financial gain is less than the amount of effort, like the cost it takes to keep the servers up, they're gonna pull the plug on the game. They're gonna pull it out of life support. So, yeah, like, that's my take on it. It's just, I don't like the way that the game is oriented around, like, these specific artifacts, but I also don't like how the online multiplayer system is kind of just infested with hackers, and I just don't like how every single time you play the game, you run into hackers. And I also don't like the fact that the game is so easy to hack because it's so due to the fact that because it's so easy to hack, it's very easy to not have to pay to progress. And I'm not saying a game, like, you should be forced to pay to progress a game. What I'm saying is, because there are those who can hack the game and will hack the game to bypass the financial barrier, essentially, of progression, while it might result in, you know, financial gain for the individual, the company overall gets hurt because those few people, or those many people who are hacking the game, kill the enjoyment for those who do genuinely want to play the game. But not only do they kill the enjoyment, they also kill the company because, like, when the game's so easy to hack and the company's not making money, who in their right mind is going to keep updating the game? No one. There's no reason to keep updating the game if everything can be hacked. Because you put all this effort in, and you pay all these people, and you do all of this stuff to, you know, add this new character in the game, and most people are just going to, you know, pay their way out. Most people won't pay their way out, excuse me. Most people aren't going to pay for the character. They'll try to probably unlock the character for free. But then there's those people who will literally just hack the game, max out the character, and ruin the experience for everyone else. Or they'll offer a black market alternative, which gives you a better deal, yes, but also is harmful in the long run due to the fact that it takes revenue away from the game, and if the game's not making money, then people aren't going to update it. So, yeah, long tangent over. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave your comments in the comment section if you disagree or have an opinion about it. Bye. Oh, yeah, Justice League Flash.